everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. Honestly, I'm impressed today. I was just sitting down, and don't you love that when you're doing your makeup and on a day that it really doesn't matter how anything turns out, like you're having one of your best makeup days ever, or like you feel the most confident in your look. That's the day. I didn't know what I was doing, right? I had no clue. I was just sitting down. I was like, well, I'll just play, right? So I grabbed my Charlotte Tilbury palettes, which I've been just like obsessed with. The blush and highlighter palette, and then the one with the bronzer and the blushes and the highlight. Not a big fan of the two blushes in there. I think they're just a little bit too glowy for me. But I adore the bronzer that's in there and the highlight. But regardless, it's, what two palettes are they? Because I'm rambling on about something that's not really making no sense. It's these things. These two. Like, I've been loving these. Whoa. I don't want to break them. No. This one here is probably my favorite. This one. The Pillow Talk with these two. Yeah, I think it's the lighter version. I have the darker one too. Fair to medium. This one's my favorite, I think, because of the blush. I just adore this blush. And I really do like this one too, but this one's my favorite. It's these two right here. And I'm making a dent up there in that corner, let me tell you, of the highlight. And then this, of course, I've had a dent in this, but I think I'm about to hit pan in this bronzer. And I do like that highlighter. The two blushes are just a little bit too much for me. But they're still beautiful. It's just too much for me. But the look, like the eyeshadow look and the lipstick, like I was like, wait a second here. Like, really? Like, oh, all right. Because like I just grabbed this Kylie Cosmetics. It's coconut lip liner, right? I've had it forever. And I don't think I've used much of it, to be honest. And I was like, let me try it. So I did. And then I thought, okay. And then I was like, well, let me try the liquid lip, or it's not a liquid lip, it's a velvet, I think, in Charm. It's just a mini thing. And then I was like, well, my lips still felt, they weren't dried, but I felt like it needed a something. So if y'all remember back in the day, this one here, Turkish Delight by NARS, I just popped it in the middle. And I'm like, okay. It's like, it's not too much, but it's enough. Like the whole look in general, right? It's not like too much. It's not like in your face or anything, but it's like just perfect. And the eye, I didn't realize, like I thought, okay, first off, Tom Ford is ridiculous expensive, right? We know this. Is it quite worth it? No, not really. It's not. But is it beautiful? Kind of is beautiful regardless, right? So this is the one I played with today. It's 30 Insolent Rose. Insolent Rose? I don't know. This one. And I was like looking at this, and what was I thinking of? Oh, the new Natasha palette that's going to the 5-pan, the little $7 palette, I think is what it is, $27.29, which I have those shades. I already did a look with that, but I started thinking about it, and I actually put it away. But I was like, that kinda looks like this palette, right? But this palette, I mean, the lid shade is everything, but the fact that this palette is just so easy to use, it's kind of crazy, to be honest. The first shade we're going to go into is this one right here. And it truly is like the easiest. And Nude Dip, as I was going to say, used to be one of my favorites. It really was. Like, it's just one of those palettes you can grab. No, it's not going to fail you. You're going to create a really pretty look nonetheless. You get the feels because like the packaging is nice, the color, the formula, all that. You get that kind of feel, But yet it's just so simple to use. It's just like I don't know. Like, it's hard to explain it. And it's not to say you can't get a pretty look using another palette, because that is so not true, okay? So not true. Like, I could probably get the same look using a ColourPop. What is that one? Their rose one. Shoot, I can't think of it now. But you know which one I'm talking about. Like the bigger palette, the rose palette by ColourPop, that one. You could probably get a look. Maybe the lid won't be as like boom or anything. And you might have to think a little bit because of course there's more colors than just 4. But you're still going to get a really pretty look, you know. But like with this one, it's just it took me no time to create this look. I mean, you'll see. Okay, now we're going to go into the darkest shade, this purpley gray color. And actually, it's, I don't want to say it's a unique color, but it kind of is, because it's purple yet gray. It's kind of like a, it is a little different. It's not like it's like crazy different, like you'll never find this color in any of your palettes, because that's not it either. But it is a unique color in theory, I think. Because it's not quite purple, it's not quite gray. It's like right in the middle of the two. But it just creates a darker look to your outer corner without it being scary or too dark. And it just goes so pretty with the previous pinky color that you like, the pinky purple above it. And in all honesty, if my nose wasn't running right now, this look would be like the bomb. Like, I am so pleased with the way this turned out. We're going to take that same purple shade and just run it under the lower lash line. And then I use the Tarte Fake Awake in my waterline. I really wasn't planning on using this palette, to be honest, because it's a Saturday, so it's just me picking a palette, you know what I mean? And I don't know why I had this palette sitting here. I really don't. Because really, this should be up with my Tom Ford palettes. But it wasn't. It was sitting in my drawer, and at first I thought it was one of the Shade and Illuminate palettes, because I had bought one of them, and I don't think I tried it yet, but I was going to. And I thought that's what it was sitting there this whole time, but it wasn't. It was this. And I was like, well, I opened it, might as well use it, you know. And it is, like I said, it's probably now my favorite palette from Tom Ford. And I hope it is still available. I don't know. But like, it's just an effortless look. It's not too over the top, but yet we're going to go into this shade right here for inner corner. It's not over the top. It's just perfect for whatever the occasion. Is it just you going out during the day, date night, whatever it is? It's like coffee, dinner, movie, whatever. Like, this palette's amazing. Now we're going to go into that pink shade right here, pinky purple shade, and we'll put it all over the lid. And I will say, I didn't spray this, and again, you probably should, but I'm just going to throw it on the lid, and I didn't get any fallout when I used it on the other eye, so I'm hoping I don't on this eye. But, I mean, you're done. It's like that quick. And that lid shade just brings it all together. And I'm not sure when this palette came out, how long ago it's come out. I'm not really for sure on that. Because some of his palettes absolutely suck. I mean, they suck, okay? They ain't worth $10. Yes, no fallout. No fallout, y'all. But then you got these ones here that are, this one's just like effortless, amazing, easy, beginner friendly, advanced. It doesn't matter where you're standing at, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10. Your look is going to be really pretty, right? But then some of them, not so much. And when you're paying almost $100 for a palette, come on now. You want it to be something. Now, can I get this same look using an Untouched and Unknown palette? Absolutely. I could almost get this same look using the My Dream palette, using Retro. I'm trying to think. Maybe even Star? Maybe. But you get my point, you know what I mean? So you don't necessarily need this palette. So if this palette is not available, don't worry about it. Get an Natasha and another one, right? But I will say, if it is, besides Nude Dip, because I do like Nude Dip, and Nude Dip is, I think, if I'm recalling correctly, it is the wet to dry formula. This is not that. But it is good nonetheless. So for the top lashes, we're going to use the Gucci mascara. But there's just something, like when I did this look, I was just like sitting here doing my makeup, right? Nothing, just really doing it. Just, you know, going through the, whatever you want to call it, of doing my makeup. And I came to the palette and I started just using it. And then I was done and I was like, oh, okay, I'm ready to film. And it was like nothing. Like, it took no time. It's a beautiful look. The whole makeup look came together nicely. Even though I really wasn't, like, I had no plan in mind. And those are the kind of looks I like, to be honest. Like, when you actually have no plan at all when you're sitting down to do your makeup, but yet somehow it all just naturally comes together and looks good. It's like, today's gonna be a good day. It is. Today is gonna be a good day. Because there's days you can plan out everything and hope it'll all work out, you know, good. And sometimes it does. Sometimes it does not. And those are the days that I'm just like, great, now what? Now what am I going to do? How am I going to fix it, you know? And don't get me wrong, I am glad that today is one of the days that it turned out really good. Because I had no backup plan. And that's kind of the way my Saturday videos go. Because through the week I'm doing Guess the Palette. Which is fun. But sometimes I just like to talk about the palette too. And have people chime in. Because, like, well, how do you all feel about Tom Ford? Do you think it's worth the price point? I don't think it's worth the price point. I don't. But some of it is good. You know what I mean? So it's hard for me to say I don't like it when I do like it, but I don't necessarily think it's worth the price point. But it's good. So how do you really say anything to that? Like, don't get it even though it's good? Like, that don't make sense to me at the same time. I don't know. I've just been thinking a lot about that. There's a lot of things like that, though, when it comes to price point. And I am, unfortunately, I am about the packaging. I'm not a big drugstore fan for the most part. Some things I am. Don't get me wrong. There's some things that I'm a diehard. Like, I like it. But for the most part, I would say I'm just not drawn to it. And a lot of it is due to packaging, because the issues with that drives me insane. Okay, it could be the prettiest color story and the formulas could be great, and then the top breaks off of whatever it is, you know what I mean? And I just, because then to me it's like, okay, I gotta get rid of it, because yeah, I don't want it all over everything else, you know. But there are some things that I do like. I'm a huge fan of, like today I use the number 7 setting powder under my eyes and stuff, and I'm a fan of that. Like, I love that. I also love the Rimmel stay matte under my eyes. I have 2 of those actually, because one's almost empty, and you know, so I'm not like totally stuck up when it comes to the drugstore, but I kind of feel like I kind of am in a little bit of a way. But then I love ColourPop, so it's like my purchases are very much based upon packaging. I think it's like 50% of why I may or may not purchase something is because of packaging. Then the other 50% is going to be based upon price and then what it is, like color, story, formula, whatever. But this, like, I love this eyeshadow look. I really, truly do. And it was easy and effortless, but is it worth that price point? I mean, I guess it's to each their own. And I thought about it, and I was like, would I buy this again? And I would. That's the bad part. Like, I know me. I would purchase this. If I ever hit pan, I'd purchase this again. And I don't know why, because like I said, I know I could recreate this look with other palettes. But there's just something about the packaging to this, the ease of use of this, and I guess even the name brand of this, really. I mean, if I'm being honest, I like. And the packaging even isn't bad. Like, as far as like what it looks like. No, it doesn't look like this. It's not like pretty like this. But it is sleek and elegant. So, I don't know. I like it though. And I don't think it's worth the price, but I also think if you purchased it, you wouldn't be too upset. You're never gonna like the price of it. I mean, I can't justify Natasha Denona or Pat McGrath either. So, even though at least you're getting more than 4 shadows, with theirs, I still don't justify it, you know. But I'm still gonna purchase it too. Y'all gonna purchase the new Pat McGrath Mothership 11? I looked at that, y'all, and I'm here for it. And here's the thing, I'm here for it. I am. But why? Why the same color story again? It's killing me. It really is. It's just like, great. You know? But yes, I'll be purchasing it. I also know that too. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was a little bit of an entertaining break for you. I can't get over the lid shade. Like, that's the prettiest. It really is pretty. And I think that's where the palette won. I mean, even though the mattes and everything are great, and it's an all-in-one palette for me, it is that lid shade that does it for me. And the Gucci mascara. I do like the Gucci mascara, yo. From the wand, although do be careful, it's a weapon. This wand it is a weapon. It hurts. But the packaging is just sleek too. Like, can't beat it, but alright, I'll let you go. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all, that way you're notified when I upload. I do upload every day but Sunday, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.